Welcome to the Move with Marla exercise segment, and as I promised you guys have been so faithful. I think you needed a treat, so I brought you.
We are the treat. We are the
two treats, exactly, because I like to do things big. Anyway, I promised you a special segment this month with Blair Ferguson and Mark Arsenault, which are both RKC certified kettlebell specialists, and by the way, I can attest personally, they're two of the best trainers on the planet, so consider yourself special, because if you run into them on the street, you can be looking at about 150 to 200 for some private time. So enjoy this session, suck up what you can, and if you like what you see, you get back with us and we'll bring you phase 2. Hold on, here's Blair and Mike.
So Mike, what do you think? What are some more benefits of this kettlebell use there? What can we get out of this?
Some of the best benefits I think I've noticed so far, Mr. Blair, definitely has to be the endurance in the lower back musculature. I have to say, I've been doing this about 10 years now. 60–70% of my clients have been geared towards back rehab. I haven't seen one tool to the day that teaches your hips and back how to work together as a unit better than a kettlebell.
Well said, well said.
All right, another great one I would have to say, Mr. Blair, is the lat activation, man. I've never seen a tool, other than maybe the club bell, which is another thing we'll bring in a few months. This kettlebell teaches you how to stabilize your shoulder better than anything I've ever seen in my life. All these funny looking band rotator cuff exercises, they might have their place, but as far as one tool that's going to really teach the shoulder how to be connected to the rest of the body, Turkish get up, best exercise I've ever seen, period.
Yeah. And I think just in general, it'll definitely kind of have you burn the most calories you can ever burn in the shortest amount of time as possible. And a lot of people are obviously looking for that. So we will begin with the kettlebell swing first and show you all the components of it, so so you guys can get on it and make sure you're doing it properly. Quick, we need to talk about safety guidelines here when it comes to this kettlebell. It's obviously there needs to be some common sense when using this thing, but first and foremost, you should, if you feel you have any problems at all, you should need to get your physician's clearance before doing any of this stuff. Obviously, that's a given. So, first thing, the space around you. You don't want to be kettlebelling around when there's people around or somebody in front of you or a little tiny area. All right. Number 2,
a flat surface is pretty important. We don't recommend that you kettlebell on a hill. You want to make sure your feet are nice and level and you can push your heels into the ground.
Speaking of feet, here's mine.
Oh, you go first.
Here's mine. Flat.
Let's bring those back up here. These are purdy. Nice shoes.
All right, let's look at Mike's.
No.
Not good. So
no,
Mike,
not for kettlebelling.
So Mike's gonna take his off and throw him out of there. If he's got a shoe like that, we want to be barefoot instead.
Ooh, look, flat.
If you ever have an opportunity when you're going through your stuff and you're gonna lose the kettlebell, you got to make sure that you just bail out of it. Don't try to save any lifts or anything you're doing. It's not worth trying to do that and injure yourself and let the thing go. Hopefully you got a good surface to work on so it won't bounce up or do anything to you.
Just get out of the way.
Get out of the way. It's common sense. Last thing is, these things can really hurt you or they can really help you. It's all technique based, so you got to make sure you pay attention to that because they will make you or they will break you. Okay? What we're going to do right now is called the kettlebell swing. We also have kettlebell cleans, kettlebell snatches, Turkish get up, military press, and shoulder front squat. So we're doing the swing today. Mike's going to demonstrate for you what a proper swing looks like. After he gets done, we're going to break it down for you and show you where you can go wrong in your swing. Hopefully help you fix it.
Thank you. All right, the swing is absolutely the foundational exercise, people. All other kettlebell lifts revolve around this exercise. So you want to spend like a disproportional amount of time mastering your swing mechanics before you move on to your next exercises. All the rest of the exercises are all grooved around this motion that we're really trying to hone in on, which is getting these hips moving properly. You'll see it's nice and pretty. Just remember, a lot of time on the swing. Do not start with trying another kettlebell lift to master the swing. Thank you.
Notice Mike pulling himself down, keeps his chest up, shoulders back. Go ahead and turn to the other way, face forward now. Notice it's an explosive movement. Very well. Very good. That is the kettlebell swing. So we'll go ahead and break it down for you now and show you where all the components of it you're supposed to go. Right? Problematic areas in the swing. Number one problem, hips have a hard time going back when they're swinging. They get a lot of pressure in the back and everything. So Mike's going to demonstrate an improper technique while not getting his hips back, and hopefully he's not going to hurt himself. So,
I'm gonna try to demonstrate to people.
Try it. All right,
here we go.
Notice how he's a little more upright, bends the knees a lot, and even keeps upper body a little more erect to the ground.
That's horrible. This is great technique.
Okay, Mike, all right. Okay, so now we're going to fix it with an exercise. We're going to show you real quick called the wall squat. This exercise right here is to address that. This is called a wall squat. What Mike's going to do is he's going to face the wall and he's going to squat down, pull himself back using his hip flexors, get the hips back.
My butt's going backwards.
And here's what it looks like. It's an active lowering yourself, different from passively sitting back. Back up. Come on. All right. This will address the problem with the hips not going back. Problem number two, another problem we run into with people is that they don't finish enough with their hips, so they'll send it to their knees or their back. We want to definitely avoid that. So Mike's going to go ahead and demonstrate that. The guy doesn't come up. We want a nice straight line in his body. He's kind of not finishing completely. That's a problem with the glutes. The second one is a scoop in the knees. Not wanting to finish his knees bend at the top. That's a definite problem also. That's not finishing the movement out properly. So we're going to give you a few exercises to get this benefit. Right? To address those problems here, we're going to do a floor bridge to try to get a nice extension in your hips. Okay, so Mike, go ahead and demonstrate floor bridging. Now, look how he has a nice line here, a nice extension, clearing those hip flexors here. This is how we want the hips to be feeling at the top of that swing. So get on the floor, do a bunch of them, feel this. Mike, show what it feels like to not finish it all the way. We do floor bridge right to here. All right, and we wanted to try to clear that, get those hips all the way up. Okay.
Mike, please. You guys want to make sure that you're crushing a coin between the cheeks, or put a piece of paper between the cheeks, squeeze it as hard as you can. The better analogy, which I really prefer, that way we get our pelvic floor muscles involved, is a no entry analogy.
It's an explosive movement. So we want to think about the arms being like ropes and the hands being like hooks. And the big problem people run into is they try to muscle this thing up, and that's not what it's supposed to be used for. All right, so Mike's going to go ahead and demonstrate now the swing using too much arms and not enough hip. It's going to be more of a muscular thing. He's going to slowly try to pull it up. There it is. And that's run into a problem with that because that is not how this movement is supposed to go. Okay? I'll give you an exercise now that's going to make that a little bit easier for you. Now I was going to do the cow swing to get rid of that problem with the arms. Okay, what you're going to notice from him is that the whole movement's coming just from the hips. The arms are just swinging the weight. It's coming from the hip, projecting the weight out. Okay? So, get his hips loaded up, the weight's being projected out. If he uses too much arms, this thing's going to start flipping around. We don't want that to happen. It should be a nice, smooth motion. All right, this is the towel swing.
Thank you guys so much for enjoying day one. This is just day one. Day one has been loaded. Blair, thank you so much for the information on day one. Mike, looking forward to, wait, not day one. Sorry guys, it's week one. You gotta revisit this thing over and over and over again. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Then come back Monday for week two. Mike, take us out with something impressive.
Something impressive.
Impress us, baby.
Impress you. I got nothing.
Come on, push it up there.
Push it up there.